Hey guys, and welcome back. So I'm going to tell you right away that this part's a little tricky if you haven't upgraded your Pyromancy Flame. I would highly recommend it because one option here is to actually kill some things. It's possible to run past them, but it's good to have a choice. It's probably good to be able to kill these guys fairly quickly. So now's a good time to head up this ladder right now and upgrade your Pyromancy Flame if you haven't and you're worried about fighting these guys. So first off, we're going to grab the Firekeeper Soul in here. Just making sure those mosquitoes want to follow me in. And I just went for it. So the timing on these guys, I mean, pretty simple. Just wait for them to fire, block, and then you can get those hits off. I'm nearly, just barely dodging some of those, as you can see, but if you keep your pace, you'll be fine. If you do get toxic, that's actually fine too. Now this guy takes a step back here, and so I smack him, and it doesn't actually kill him, he's just down there. But that's fine. You'll see why in a sec. Because what we're going to do is we're going to... Well, you want to roll through these. Keep your shield up. Smack this guy. I knew I could take one hit already, so that's fine. And so what you're going to want to do is get the drop on these dogs as literally as possible. He actually dodged. That was a good dodge for that dog. But they're not terribly hard to deal with. They're kind of slow. He didn't even turn around. And grab the Firekeeper Soul, and you'll want to just homeward bone out here. Now, we're going to wrap up the last thing in Blight Town so we never have to come back to this horrible place ever again. Run on over here. It's fine if you get poisoned. Just make your way up. And now this guy, you might actually want to double back and have this guy just follow you off. Because right here, there's actually a dart guy who is in range and he toxicked me. I thought I could make it through quick enough before he got started, but no, not quite. And so that's why it's fine if you get poisoned, because just use a blooming moss, which you should have by now. I believe I did mention to buy some of those if you didn't pick any up. Just use that. It cures poison and toxic, so you'll be good. So make your way up here. To get past this guy, just give him one good smack, and you'll be able to get through. Just roll past this one, and keep going. Make your way up the ladder, and through the fog gate. Now smack this ladder. That will call down one of these blighted undead. And so one of them is easy enough to deal with. I'm trying to get him to hit himself off the cliff to like swing and miss and fall. Watch out for that leap attack. When you see them take that stance, get away. Because, yeah, that stance right there. Usually get away from them or hit them as quickly as possible because they're going to leap and they'll grab you. And grab attacks can't be shielded. So just get out of the way of that, roll backwards. Now this guy, I was playing around with running around the rim here. I was wondering if maybe he could fall off and kill himself. There are ways to make him do it. I was just curious if this would work, but he doesn't actually fall off. It does delay him a bit though. So anyways, I tried to see if I could maybe even sneak in there. I've never actually gotten close enough to that thing to even find out what it does. So I couldn't sneak in, and it was just messy. That guy hit my shield, and he pushed me back, and I fell through a crack. So here's the reliable way to kill this guy. You're going to want to lock onto him probably, and just hold back and right against the wall. But get him to swing, and he'll swing himself right off there. Or you can just go down the ladder, and he'll follow you off, and then you can go out and maneuver around him and then climb up. He can't climb ladders. So as soon as he gets down there, you're fine. That's the biggest challenge for this part. Now that guy you might have to fight at first, but he's glitched for me. He's stuck up there. So all I'm going to try to do right now is just stay quiet. because I don't want to aggro anyone else. There are other ones around, so I'm walking slow to stay quiet here. It might not be necessary, but you're going to want to be stealthy. And other than that, just unload some fireballs if you want on this guy. You don't have to use them. I was just using them to speed this along. You could save some for some of the blighted undead that are here. Swap over to your crossbow and finish the job. You could do this the whole time. It does take a little while, but it'll work. Also, this is an unupgraded crossbow. You guys might have upgraded it by this point. But either way, it'll work. And so there we grab Power Thin, which we'll get some use out of. Now, you see this ladder on the right? I recommend you just go up that. Don't go off to the left. You'll aggro a bunch of guys. And so I actually did that. I fought them. I wouldn't recommend it. It was a long and arduous process, so I didn't show it. But just don't go that way, basically. So there are these dogs here. They're not super challenging or anything, but I started to get hit by a poison dart, so you might want to have them follow you down here, and you could even just run back up the ladder at that point, and you'd be fine, because dogs can't climb ladders, as you might have guessed. You don't have to be an expert at the game to know that dogs cannot climb ladders. And so then just one more blighted undead that you have to take down before safety, if you choose to use it. You can use this bonfire, but while that is a little safer, because the hardest part is coming up next, so it's safer, but it also means you have to go all the way back down that way to get out. And that guy killed himself. I'm not sure what that was about, but okay. But, so I didn't use the bonfire. If you think you can, don't. Like, if you think you can get away with not using it, then don't. But it is safer to do it, and then you can just trek back down. Now, this guy in the pot, I started going off this way, but I think he actually will pop out. I think there's like a map trigger on that bridge for him to pop himself out. So I decided to play it safe and just fight him here. But these guys really not that hard. They're really easy to circle around and backstab. So you will see me fight a couple of these guys, so you guys will know how to fight them. But pyromancies with an upgraded flame is going to be the way to go. I almost let them knock me off right here. Wouldn't have been fatal. Yeah, it wouldn't have been fatal, but... So, kicked one off. Gonna do a double booty smack on this guy. Or a quad booty smack, I guess, since it did twice. Now, these guys coming down the ladder, you can backstab them when they come down, but you have to time it pretty close, because they'll stun you like that if you're there right when they hit the bottom. Another booty smack. And... you can actually see that guy's legs. He started coming down that ladder. They kind of glitch out on this ladder, and then he went right back up. So that worked to my advantage. Knocked me back down, and now watch this. Like you have to give it a lot of time if you want to get that backstab in there, but you can do it. I like the way he fell off there. I thought that was kind of cool. But anyways, with those 4 guys handled, just run around here, around the little hidey path, and we will grab the headpiece, the shadow mask. And so our armor set is complete. And again, if you'd like the thief hood, we can pick up the black sorcerer gauntlets at Sen's Fortress. We'll go to Sen's Fortress in this episode. I actually did forget to show it, but it's optional. So we'll stick with this build for now. I'll show it a bit later if you guys don't know where it is. You could also look it up on the wiki. Always be careful on this water wheel, because that can happen. Well, I felt like a rock, basically. I thought I'd get a little air at least, but I kind of glitched on the train and it sucked me down. So wait till you're at the very top of that, or roll off. Either way, but if you try to walk off, you might drop like a rock. Just saying. And so here's Framped. I'm going to talk to him. You can still become a Dark Wraith as long as you don't place the Lord Vessel through Framped. And so we can talk to him and make use of his chomping ability. So I'm going to break down some chunks, actually, since I have a bunch. And right now what I really want is shards, since I didn't really get any from the slugs. So I broke down a few chunks, because those aren't going to be useful until later. They're also really easy to farm in New Londo on the Dark Wraiths. So it was worth it. I just didn't need them right now. I did need large shards, so it was worth the trade. And so I'm going to get my club all the way up to +10. And then we'll get the Balder Shield as far as it will go. And we'll put the hand axe at +6. I wouldn't recommend that, because we're actually going to turn that into a fire hand axe in the catacombs anyways. So it only needs to be +5, so that was actually kind of a wasted shard there. But our club is +10 now. I'd recommend that before heading into Sen's. But now, Sen's Fortress is an area that gives a lot of players some trouble. I'm going to show you guys how to run through this place without fighting anybody and without dying. So these guys, easy enough to get past, just run through them. These traps will take care of them, and you're faster than them anyways. So you're past those guys, hang left on this guy, and then swing right. You can walk right past him. Now, it's important to note that if you hold your shield out on these, it extends your hitbox, and so if those hit the shield, those pendulums, then it will hit you and fling you off. So while it does increase your hitbox, it's probably advised, because when I got hit by that lightning, it actually knocked me back a little bit. So that was kind of dangerous. So just be wary of that. But if you're going to shield them, get kind of close up, but not close enough for the pendulum to hit you. Don't really plan on using the Ring of Steel protection, which is up in that room. We can always grab it later if we really want it. So I'm going to wait here for the boulders to get past. With the Balder Shield, we can shield that guy absolutely no problem. The Black Sorcerer set is up there, by the way. I will mention it. If you go up and then jump off to the left where that serpent is, and then keep going, you'll find the Black Sorcerer set. And so we're going to wait here to pick up the Serpent Ring. That guy might make it down to you, but boulders will make quick work of him. But stand here for a while, and those boulders at the bottom will stack. You see how it's filled now? And then it'll smash through the wall, and so run in and grab the shiny on the right, because that's the Gold Serpent Ring. That increases item drop when equipped. So that'll be useful if we want to farm later, which we will for chunks at the very least. That's a Mimic. It has a lightning spear in there. We can't use it. If you miss the elevator, smash some pots if it makes you angry. It's good stress relief. And just wait for it to come back down. Don't jump in the hole. That will kill you. Now, notice the blood stain? Yeah, this is a trap. So, it's going to be behind you, the exit, and run right out of there. And we are well underway. I'm going to turn this just for the heck of it. It's not really necessary. I believe that will actually eventually reset anyways. So there's another trap. Just trigger the plate, run back. That's easy enough. These ones you have to run through all four. Pretty easy. You can touch the side of the pendulums and be fine. Give this guy one smack to get him out of the way, and then just keep running. Once you hit this doorway, as long as you keep running, you can stop for the pendulums once, but make it through at that point, because the pendulum will block his lightning. You don't want to get hit with that. It might knock you off. And so there we go, almost at the bonfire. From this point on, just run up here. that golem, the giant, will throw that fire down on the first platform, so you have a lot of time to make it into bonfire. See, you can see how he threw the fire over on the far part, the first part you hit, so you have a lot of time to drop down. Don't go too fast, because you might jump over the bonfire and off the cliff. So I'm restoring my humanity now that we've made it, just because I like being in human form. It's just an aesthetic thing. There's also a summon for Iron Tarkus, which, well, we'll get to that part, you'll see. But so, keep running. The giant legs behind with all these posse throws. See, like, it's down there. Like, as long as you keep moving, you have plenty of time. So, run along through here, go right. These cages is a shortcut right here. We'll grab the key for that in a little bit. I believe all these black stains are where he can throw these fire bombs, so it looks like he can throw one here. So keep moving along, steady pace. Take out this Balder Archer, which is interesting. It's the only Balder Archer in the game, at least as far as I'm aware. Now, you're going to, well, pretty much need to kill this guy. If you don't kill him, he'll throw those fire bombs at you while you're fighting the boss. And that can, well, it'll make it very, very difficult. So what we're doing is we're waiting for him to throw a fit. Just keep taunting him into attacking, and eventually he'll get super pissy and throw a tantrum. And so, yeah, he'll grunt and stomp his feet and swing like crazy. His fists can go through the wall and hit you, so keep your distance and keep your shield up while you're baiting him. And just smack him a little bit. It's going to take 2 attempts. So just be a little patient with it and play it safe. Make sure you switch to 2-hand when you have your chance, and that'll do it. Drops a chunk most of the time. And over here you can find Iron Tarkus, but there's the golem waiting for us. So we're going to take him on. Now, so basically I went through here and, well, I was kicking his ass. I mean, he's not a hard boss. When he opens up here, he'll swing his little wind attack at you, but basically I went through the fight, things are going great, he's a really easy boss. Now, watch this. Watch what happens here. Look how far away I am in this frame, and look where I am the next frame. Whoop! Teleported right into his hand. He got me. So that has a huge range. Be careful of that. And look at this. Look at this. He threw me in his kitty corner. Look. There's no way out of here. I was too dumbfounded to even roll that grab because I was stuck. There was nothing I could do. So he put me in the kitty corner. Ugh, so I can believe that. And so my souls are in there. I have like a what, 9 humanity and 50,000 souls in there, something like that. So it's like, okay, we're summoning Tarkus because I'm gonna need some help to 1, ensure that I don't die, and 2, someone to distract him while I try to get my souls out of there as quick as possible. Because, man, I don't want to lose those. I mean, that gives me the max item find and 10 extra points of defense, or however many I had. And so, here is where you'll see the fight. He's not a hard boss. That wind attack almost always hits that ground right there. And I was like, Tarkus, don't run. Don't run. Get over here, you jerk. Alright, there he goes. He just needed a pep talk. He was a little scared. That's okay, he's a badass. So look, I can't get them. Oh no! And look how badass Tarkus is here. By the way, he goes to grab him to put him in the kitty corner, and bam! He deflects it, and the Iron Golem backs the fuck up because Tarkus is such a badass. Tarkus can actually win this fight for you. You know, 8 times out of 10, Tarkus is going to be able to kill this guy all by himself. But basically, it's just you want to stay behind him, roll through his legs. Eventually, he'll start wobbling like this. You don't even need Tarkus for this to happen. And keep smacking his legs. Eventually, he'll fall down. And then you just get more free time to wail on him. And there you go. So, a real easy fight. Again, with Tarkus, no problem at all. But the real problem was being put into the kitty corner. So I was like, oh man, like how can I get them? So I had this idea. I was like, I could get some height on this broken pillar. Now I was so nervous about jumping off that I go way left. Like embarrassingly far. I'm being so cautious. And so I adjust to the right just a little bit and ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you to Dark Souls. And so here goes all my humanity and souls. And so I decided to jump across here on the way back up. There's the Crestfallen Merchant in here. Crestfallen, by the way, basically just means sad. It's not like a faction when people talk about the Crestfallen Warrior and the Crestfallen Merchant. But he sells a few things. He sells the Balder Shield, he sells the Steel set, the Katarina set that Onion Bro wears. When you're jumping across here, actually aim towards the middle. There's those on the ends. It's like it sticks out a little bit. It's broken like in such a way where those parts like connect a little more. But you actually want to stick more towards the center because it has a little invisible part that'll bump you up. If you go to the edge, you won't actually get that. So we'll unlock the shortcut later if we ever need to go back down. But for now, I didn't want to have to ride it all the way back down and then come back up. So just skip that. And so, at least I have the souls from the Golem. So we'll spend those probably on, well, you'll see. You'll see it coming up. We'll fix up our weapon a little bit here. As well as some other things. We'll buy some armor. But that's going to wrap it up for today. So thanks for watching so much, guys. Appreciate all the support here. Like and favorite if you want to continue to support this series. And I'll see you guys next time venturing into Anor Londo.